Hello, it's Daydream Debbie, and I'm going to share with you today a reoccurring dream that I've had since I was little. It is a disaster dream about the end of the world. In my eyes, it's basically the end of the world type of dream. Um, and and there's some elements that always stay the same. Like my sister is always with me when this happens. Um, I'm just going to go ahead and read to you what I wrote down because when I last had this dream was the beginning of August 2021. And so I wrote it down and I'm going to read that to you. I just woke up from this crazy dream. I have this reoccurring dream my whole life involving me and my sister in a high rise on the coast. And the water level rises quickly until and the water level rises quickly until it reaches us. Each dream is somewhat different. In this one, me and my sister were on the top floor of a high rise and other people I didn't know. And when I looked over the balcony, there was a beautiful sunrise. But miles apart, there was another sun rising. I kept telling people, look, there are two suns. I was like, what is happening? I thought maybe I was dreaming. But I felt I was really there. I can remember feeling I was barefoot and I could remember feeling the floor against my feet. And I remember feeling physical that I was there and because I was questioning how crazy this was, that there were two suns rising on the ocean. They looked exactly the same at first, like a split image, I kept thinking there was like a glitch in whatever program I was in. Like I kept thinking I was in some kind of I don't know, I was in some kind of like dream or like Matrix program and that there was a glitch. I was like, well, this must not be my real reality because there's two suns rising on the ocean and I know that that is impossible. So in my mind, it was like, there's got to be something wrong here. So I kept telling people, look, there are two suns. I was like, what is happening? I thought maybe I was dreaming, but I felt I was really there. So I thought it must be real. Then the sky turned dark. Everyone was scared. And it turned dark, and then we heard this low rumbling, getting louder and louder. And just this rumble. I don't even know. It was just scary. And I thought, okay, so the sky turned dark, everyone was scared, and I heard this low rumble. I saw a huge wall of water coming from the south. Like off in the distance, I saw this gigantic, like the whole side of the ocean up to the top of the sky. And it was like, it was not light anymore. You couldn't see the sunlight. It was almost like dim moonlight. I could barely see this wall of water. So it was basically dark, but not pitch dark. And I see this wall of water coming from the south. And as it reached us, I told my sister to hold her breath, and we became submerged in it. And then I fast forward to another disaster that happens. I don't know if it's connected to this one, but I just want to say before I go into that this reoccurring dream always includes me and my sister in a high rise, usually takes place in Florida. Usually it's about the water levels rising. We're always on the coast somewhere and the water is rising higher and higher and higher, and we're trying to escape and get to the top floor and people are scrambling and it's like happening really fast, or it's a tidal wave coming like this dream was. And even I had these dreams. So I currently live in Florida. I started having this dream when I was like in elementary school. And this is way before I ever moved to Florida. And I used to say to people back then, I will never move to Florida. I used to say that. And people would say, why? And I would say, well, because I had this reoccurring dream of rising sea levels and tidal waves and being in Florida. And so I thought, well, I'll just, to prevent this from happening, I'll just never move there. Well, and because even in one of my dreams when I was a kid about this, I remember being shown a map of Florida. So in my dream, or just seeing it in my dream. So I was like, I'm never moving to Florida, okay? Never. And I didn't have any family in Florida when I was a kid or anything. So in my mind, I was like, this is never happening. But this reoccurring dream, every few years, every several years, I have it again. And so this most recent time I had it, here I am, I'm in Florida. I couldn't stop that from happening. Life just happens the way it happens, and I ended up in Florida years ago, and here I am having this dream again. So let me get into the rest of it. Okay, so other disasters started happening. So what happened next was we ended up being at a house, and it was snowing. It was in Florida, but it was like a 2-story house, and we was with my mom, and there were all these it was like a disaster movie where people are trying to escape and everybody's in their cars in the roads and everybody's like stuck in traffic trying to get out of somewhere, because what was happening was that it was snowing. But it wasn't just flurries. It was snowing so fast that I looked out the window. We were at this house. We went to this safe house, like to stay safe. Thought we would be able to escape it because it was a little higher up somewhere. I don't know. And it was snowing so fast that when I looked out the window, there was already like 2 feet of snow out there. And I remember going out there and stepping in it and feeling the cold. And I remember what people were saying about it was, people were calling it the cold, and they were like, the cold is coming. The cold is coming. Like this phenomenon was called the cold, where it dumps a bunch of snow in places it's not supposed to. And it was almost like, this is it. This is the end of the world. It's snowing, feet of snow in Florida. Not just a couple flurries. And we knew that this wasn't good. It was almost like, I don't know, just something really bad climate-wise, like ice age. I don't know what was happening. Something bad was happening. And I was in it. I was right in the middle of it. And to be honest, I've had a lot of I've had a lot of disaster dreams in my life, especially when I was little, and I had a lot of disaster dreams about the world. Anyways, finishing up the end of my dream. So this was all in one night. I had this dream, and in the very last part of the dream that I had that night, before I woke up, this was the last part. At the end, I was shown this circular map. So, okay, let me explain this to you before I read this. At the end, I come out of the middle of some kind of disc, and I'm looking at it from above, and it's like a disc floating, and it's like blackness, dark. Everything is dark in the background. And I'm just viewing this, that I came up out of like the middle of some kind of dimensional disc, and I'm viewing it from above. So I was shown this circular map, and a loud male voice was telling me this. I don't know whose voice it was. I can't tell you. I just know it was this loud, very deep male voice. And he goes, "This is the map of all existence. Everything in creation is inside this map." And he goes on about it. I can't remember everything he said. That was the main point, was he was explaining to me what this map was and how it works. And it's a circular map, and it was disc shaped, and it had symbols on the outside, kind of like astrological chart has symbols on the outside, and this is symbols on the outside, but the inside had strange dimensions. You could see down into other worlds or layers or something like that. There's some kind of ancient Indian culture that has this thing about dimensions in a circle. I don't know. Maybe somebody knows what I'm talking about, but that's the only thing I can kind of relate it to in my mind. Um, anyways, looking down, and it had strange dimensions. You could see down into other worlds or layers. It was like layers. It was a mechanical. So I don't know why I was shown this. It was like a mechanical map. It's some kind of advanced mechanical map. It wasn't a paper, okay? It's like a 3D mechanical map, and it was the map of all existence, whatever that means. So like somehow every world, every existence is in this disc that moves, and that you can go down the hole in the middle and come out. I don't know. This is so. I just wanted to share because maybe it means something to someone. Maybe somebody knows something that I don't. Um, I have very strange, odd dreams, and so that's kind of why I share them. I have a dream log playlist that I share the really, really strange ones. So this one is one of those. It pretty much, um, to me, it's like it's a huge disaster dream. But this time was different because this time I had some kind of message at the end that was told to me and shown to me about existence. So, thank you for listening, and I will share more videos with you soon, okay? Love you. Bye bye.